Tyro, begin recording.
Yes.
Alright, let me know when you're ready.
Yes.
Okay. Alright guys, this isn't going to be a very long meeting. I do not have an agenda for the meeting, but what I want to talk about is fresh on my mind, and then the Corny Haven and, the Tyro Gutter and Ricky Dumont are going to say some things to you guys that we addressed last meeting that have gotten better, but still need to improve. Cool, cool. Alright. So, we are aware that the donation system is broken. We will look into it over the next 2 days because Dredd and I are off over the next 2 days. Welcome to negative corruption. Okay. We are aware that the corruption vendors for the Voss pattern auto pistols, the dual ones, are broken, and so is the Thunderhammer. I'm not sure what has caused this. I am blaming Niv because it started with Niv. Are you fucking serious?
I was trying to type.
Okay, that's fine. It's a good thing I turned damage off. All right.
That off.
If
Okay.
I'm serious. I will begin deducting corruption from every single person in this meeting. I'm not fucking around. This is part of what Tyro and Ricky are about to talk about. Things will go much smoother if you guys do not interrupt me. Okay. So, if you are losing skulls to the corruption altar, stop turning things into it, please. Just hold on to the shit until Dredd and I can figure out what the problem is. Some of you guys, I think, have older versions of things that actually got updated. I know that the chainsword is currently not working for some people. We don't know what's going on with it. There's some problems with the database that we need to look into, and the database is high priority for this week. If you come to a meeting and you do not trust your fingers, because it happens, and a lot of times I don't turn damage off, please take off all of your attachments that are capable of blowing up the entire group. Thank you. Okay, so, things to look forward to this coming week. The corruption distribution system for raids and defenses will probably get started on, but not finished, because that's how we roll. The Tauros will probably get finished over the course of 2 days because that's what we do. The Naglfar will be almost to 1.0, but none of you will ever have it. The vendors for the database will be fixed once we figure out what is happening and why. In terms of other things that will probably be released sometime this coming month, being May, we will probably finally have the Melt-A-Gun out because there's only one small aspect of the thing left to do and then it's done. And the Las Cutter will be done after that as well. The Tauros is big priority because it is part of our new line pushing doctrine as well as line holding doctrine. We need the Tauros. The Chimera variants are pretty much done, but the heavy bolter turret is really OP. So we need to do some passes on it. The Wyvern, we're working on a new system for authorizing dick mode, and then the Wyvern will be done, because the Wyvern has a really cool shell in it called the Anti-Spurg shell, which is the Storm Shard round. But it fires Seeker missiles instead. So, after these things are done, and probably sometime today and tomorrow because we've been... Okay, now that Zane has the STFU tag, I will continue. The gunships are high priority, but we do not use gunships very often. Once the gunships are fixed, because I know they're asked to fly right now, we will begin using gunships more. The Valkyrie will remain a Mortis, gunship, and the Vulture will become Ferrum's gunship. Ferrum is getting the first Tauros. The second Tauros is going to Mortis, and it will go a little faster. It will also have an optional flamethrower or Catachan grenade launcher. The Ferrum Tauros will be able to seat 4 on the side panel things. You'll see how that works, and I'll have to do an animation for it. The Mortis Tauros will seat 2, and it's designed basically to disrupt just like the Assault Bike. While we are working on the Tauros, we will be working with the vehicle system that the Assault Bike operates on, so the Assault Bike will be getting some updates to have good linear deflection and not go through things. While we are working on the Assault Bike, we will be updating the Lance to have the extra Lance tips that were modeled for it. This should all be expected to get done, like everything I've mentioned, by this time next month. The Mechanicus HUD is pretty much ready for circulation. It's missing some things. The Mechanicus HUD is pretty much ready for circulation. It is missing some things. If you get the Mechanicus HUD via donation or being in Mechanicus, and you realize that you cannot res a blast wall right now because it's not in the Mechanicus HUD, we know. If you get a script error saying cannot res requested inventory because it doesn't exist, that is why. Please do not message me in Dread about what is not in the Mechanicus HUD. Only message us about bugs that are in the Mechanicus HUD. Alright. So, we have a lot of new people. Like a whole lot of new people. And you guys are very new. Some of you are new to the SLMC. I'm going to have a talk, and then Tyro and Ricky are going to push that talk further. The reason why Chaos operates as well as it does is because of good communication. Good communication means that relevant information is being passed on. There is a time and a place for being silly during a raid. When there are 50 people in the region, that time and place for being silly is a lot smaller than the time and place for being serious to make sure that shit doesn't fall apart. If you are new to the SLMC, I really like that because you don't come into the group with a pre-existing bias towards other groups. It makes things much easier. You tend to have more fun because you haven't spent the past 10 years like some of us have dealing with these other groups and getting frustrated with these other groups. So I'm glad that you guys are here. If it seems like we're getting frustrated with you in the heat of the moment, it's just the heat of the moment. And I do apologize. It's just a lot of us, like I said, have been doing this a very long time. Chaos is a very fun group, and we're very fun-oriented. You will notice that even though there are ranks in this group, there really only are 2 ranks in Chaos. There are, you donate a lot of money, so we treat you special, and you have no money, so you're a piece of shit. No, I'm kidding. Donations have nothing to do with how you get treated in this group. Basically, you're either new or you're old, and you only stay new for about 2 weeks before new people come rolling in, and then you're an old fag like the rest of us. It makes things nice. Rank rarely gets brought up, and when it does, you can make fun of the person for bringing it up later. The reason why some people outrank each other and we don't just have 2 ranks is just based on the amount of responsibility the person has opted themselves into. So, that being said, we really only have 2 raid targets anymore because of how large the group has gotten, which is unfortunate. Most of us can't raid 2142 because we're not running on Autism Buck's $5,000 computers, so our graphics cards can't handle it. So we can raid Alliance Navy, or we can raid Coercion when we have this many people on, and that's it. And I don't think we can raid either of them right now because their schedules are so drastically different to ours when we have this many people on. I assume we will get attacked here in the next hour, so I do ask you to stick it out. I appreciate the veterans that have been leading raids lately, as well as the marauders. So we are going to begin raiding Coercion more often because, like I said, they're the only group that can actually put up a defensive force against us. Otherwise, we're going to have to start going on smaller and smaller raids, which means going on multiple raids at once. A few channels have been added to the TeamSpeak. Rachel's new cultist altar is for cultists. Do not go down there if you are not doing cultist-related things. I don't know if you saw, but outgoing and incoming slaughters have been renamed, or was renamed to Babbies, but have been merged. We don't need two separate channels for that anymore. I'm going to be getting rid of some of the gaming channels, and if you are playing a specific game with a specific someone, please just create a temporary channel. Every tag in the TeamSpeak is capable of creating temporary channels. When you leave the temporary channel, it will delete itself. If the game is getting played often enough by enough people, I will create a permanent channel for it. Tyro and Ricky, the floor is yours.
You want to go first, Tyro, or do you want me to address it?
I can start off by saying it is partly true what Hidet said about ranks. However, it is important to recognize that some people are higher rank because of certain reasons, and that if someone of a higher rank is saying something, you should listen to them. Please.
Let me jump in real quick. People that are handed high ranks in this group are given those ranks because they know the things. They know what's going on, and they pay attention to what's going on better. If you have a problem with something that someone that has said to you that outranks you, and it's the heat of the moment, you can talk to them about it after you do what they said to do. There's no problem with that. Just please talk to them about it afterwards, after the raid, after the defense. If what they told you to do did not work, they will know, you will know. And then you can talk to them and explain to them why you didn't want to do that thing. Okay, now Ricky, you can talk.
Alright, hold on, I gotta hit my vape because, Vape Nation.
Vape Nation, brah. What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? So! Alright, a couple things I want to fucking address. Alright, the first thing is comms chatter. I have noticed, since we've gotten a whole bunch of new recruits, that some people don't shut the fuck up, even when told to. I will be bringing people down to another channel to be talking to them about it. Also, while in channel, people get in arguments. Very petty ones, I have noticed, especially in the past 2 weeks. Cut that shit out. No one wants to hear your autism. Like, it's exceedingly autistic. Like, petty arguments. Cut it out. Another thing that I want to address is excessive building and not cleaning their shit up in the base. Tyro found, what was it, 140 prims the other night by Ran. Like, even though that some of it was okayed by most of us, there was a bunch of like random shit that takes up building prims to further our construction.
The point is,
Go to the VR.
Sorry.
Yeah, go to the VR if you're working on stuff. You are allowed to have things out in the VR. We have plenty of free prims, but do not put them on the ground. Do not be me, because I do that all the fucking time too. But I clean up after I realize I did it most of the time. If you're working on stuff, and I know you moved your shit to the VR, Ran, but yeah, this goes for everybody. If you're working on shit that's going to take you a few days to work on, move it to the VR, please.
A couple other things. Well, this is my last thing, really. Again, I don't mind TKing, but this morning when I was trying to get out of the base, or yesterday morning, I forgot. I just kept getting fucking killed. It gets really fucking annoying. Or I'm trying to run across a sim during combat, and someone just decides to shoot me or fucking mow me down. Like Cadet.
Yeah,
Cadet
can I
does it a lot.
apologize about that, like right now?
I don't care.
Alright, good, because it's not going to stop for me. I'm just going to let you guys know. If you're in my field of view and you move, a lot of the time it's not intentional. You just moved in front of me and I go, oh, there's something there, and I lob a grenade in that direction or something like that. It's very, like, okay, I do intentionally team kill you guys, but it's really obvious when I'm doing it, because I'll laugh at you on voice while I'm doing it. If I team kill you and I'm not laughing, it's because I thought you were enemy bad guy, because my vision is bad.
Yeah.
And
But
it would be much... Yeah, go ahead.
But like yesterday, when KPC, we were doing that melee thing, I was running across the field, Van just comes out of nowhere and slices me. Like, it's really fucking annoying.
I
Like,
think
when
I
I'm
might
trying to
have encouraged that a little
yeah,
bit. So
well,
Briefly.
it's getting, like, to the point where it's like, just stop. For
okay,
the love of God. But I'm okay with team killing. We all do it. You have to figure out the balance. Just like when your spurginess comes out on mic. Find the balance. And everything's going to be okay. And as for sounds, they're getting done.
yeah, I figured I wasn't even going to bring them up. I knew you gave me like a list of things you were working on a while
Well, the
back, and
crack,
I've been
the last gun is near done. And I have to get
Okay.
this shit for Chris done. So we can have customized all boxes. Which
Okay.
that will be done tonight.
Okay, cool. Rachel, do you have anything you would like to say?
Well, we had a corruptor meeting today. I think Tyro talked to most of the Marauders. We recorded it. If you need a link to it, ask me or Tyro and we will give it to you. Do not give it out because it's private.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
application.
We all had a sex time.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Tyro.
I was going to say, application has been updated. Please get the new application if you hand someone an application. The only change is that Rachel's the only one to send applications to. The reason
Yes.
for this is because I was overstepping my bounds in doing Rachel's work. I will not do that anymore.
Okay. Rachel is head corruptor. If someone gives you an application, you give it to Rachel. Rachel will go over the application and accept it after I deny it. If you have a friend that is interested in joining the group, have them come and hang out with us for a little while and then decide. Cult phase is about to get a lot longer and a lot harder. Other than the few little things, I am actually happy with how the group is running right now. The thing with about miking up at improper times will correct itself. This happens a lot when we get a lot of new people. Whoever's rezzing things on me is about to get griefed. So
It's the
whoever's
weed
rezzing
army,
out
guys.
What's that?
These fucking weed army people.
Yes.
All right. Yes. So this happens a lot when we get a lot of new people. You might want to tell them that if they don't want me griefing them when I turn damage back on, they better cut it the fuck out. Okay.
I also gave them coercions team speak to go to.
Yeah. All right. One big thing that is going to get done this week is we will have an administrative tool set. The reason why is because we have these random alt griefers that keep showing up in the sim that grief while I am not here. Not a lot of people know how to clean up grief as well as me. So we will create a system for you to clean up grief and grief back that is, you know, you click a box, you go, I'm adding this person to an auto returner. It will check to make sure you're not trying to return the sim, and then it will grief that person back. It will be on a while loop. It will return things out of midair. It will return melee prims out of midair. It will be going so fast. They will get unsat. You will be able to auto kill them if they are being too stupid. If you begin doing any of these things, it will be logged, and I will look into people complaining about things. All right. One of the last things I want to address. There are a lot of us. A lot of us. Please give attacking parties that are not coercion or alliance, even if it is coercion and alliance navy actually, unless they are going for our spawn, do not go into the enemy spawn. This has become a really big problem. A lot of lone wolves are complaining about it. I don't want lone wolves to stop coming here. All right? Stay out of the attacker spawn. In fact, do not push further than the rocks that surround the attackers unless told to.
Not even melee?
Not even melee unless there's good reason for it or an officer tells you.
Gotcha.
The reason why is because if I say melee only, there'll be 12 of us running in there with fucking chain swords on, just slaughtering them as they come out of the spawn. You know? It just gets really overwhelming. Other than that, I believe this meeting is done. If you have problems, any problems, and I know I gave Gig the STFU tag that was out of it just being distracting with his mic popping every once in a while. Same with Zane. If you have any problems, like with another member or something like that, Gig is the only active enforcer right now. We are not adding new enforcers. Please bring it up with Gig and realize that minor arguments with each other, which I think we have none right now, but minor little problems with each other can be resolved by using words. We are all adults here. If you guys are having a problem with another member, a lot of times it's just a misunderstanding. I don't think there's any problems right now. I haven't heard of them, and I usually hear about everything because you guys all have big mouths. Save it for after the meeting, Gig, please. What the fuck is this shit?
I returned his stuff, and so he decided to resin on top of us.
Alright. Who's doing it?
Breadweed,
Breedweed.
Breadweed, whatever the fuck his name is.
Stop poking me! Jesus Christ.
Just to keep.
Taking care of it now.
Oh, rip
Rip what?
this idiot.
There we go. Okay. I got it. Thank you. Okay. So, after the meeting, if you guys want to hear Gig talk about the Imperial Guard thing that he's going to get off the ground here pretty soon, chill with him for a bit. He's got some good ideas, and we'll have an Imperial army to fight. If these fucking stupid, like, edgelord memesters keep fucking being annoying and stupid, just start griefing them. If anybody comes here and you tell them to stop doing things before the shit that Dredd and I are making gets done, grief them. I'm done with people being disrespectful to you guys when you're allowing them to do combat here. That's about it. Meeting is over, I believe, unless anybody else had anything to add.
Yeah.
All right, cool.